Anthony Eden, a conservative, was the first prime minister of the post-war period. He was an able leader because of his previous military and political experience. Although he was successful in his early career, such as being the foreign secretary in 1935, he became unhealthy in his later years and barely did anything as the prime minister. Like John F. Kennedy, Harold Macmillan had the task of keeping the country together and seeking relations during Cold War times. He made peace with the Soviet Union and other European countries. He ruled during a time of low unemployment and a booming economy, earning him the nickname Supermac. Alec DouglasHome was mostly unproductive during his short reign as Prime Minister, often getting attacked verbally by the Labour Party. He is most remembered for later serving as Foreign Secretary. Harold Wilson was one of the most well-known and most successful prime ministers, serving for 2 terms and winning 3 elections. Being in the Labour Party, he was liked by many people because of his social reforms regarding gender equality, housing, and education. Conservative Edward Heath beat Harold Wilson in the 1970 election. He oversaw a growing economy after the war. He decimalized the national coinage system and met Hitler early in his life, whom he described as an evil man. Shocker. James Keligen was not the most successful prime minister, as his 3 years were dominated by high inflation and declining industry. Before holding the position, he was Chancellor, Home Secretary, and Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom. Margaret Thatcher was a well-known prime minister, dominating the world stage for 11 years. She was mostly known for her role in the Falkland Islands War and meeting with other world leaders to establish Britain as a world power once again. She was the first female prime minister of Europe. During her time, she implemented a policy known as Thatcherism, which worked on the privatization of state-owned companies and cut down on trade unions. Many disliked her ideas, but it did lead to economic growth. The Iron Lady withdrew from the head spot in 1990. After being Foreign Secretary under Thatcher, Conservative John Major won the election. John Major had good intentions, but the economic crisis made his Conservative Party look bad. He also ruled during the Gulf War and removed the pound from the European Union. Tony Blair put an end to the 20-year rule of the Conservative Party. He was a popular prime minister who made many changes. He brought constitutional reforms and gave new rights to gay people. After the Iraq War, Tony Blair made peace with many Middle Eastern nations. Gordon Brown didn't do much as the prime minister. He is better remembered as the Chancellor of the Exchequer for 10 years. He led the mostly ineffective Labour Party for 3 years during his reign. Although David Cameron brought down the national deficit, he had mass opposition for wanting to stay in the European Union. That problem dominated his rule and eventually led to his resignation due to the Brexit conflict. Fun fact, he became Prime Minister at age 43. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another conservative. Theresa May became the only second female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. She went straight to work and established plans regarding everything from Brexit, climate change, and the deficit. Unemployment in the United Kingdom fell to record lows. She was considered a very successful Prime Minister. As of March 2022, Boris B.J. Johnson is the current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. His support of Brexit helped him get elected. Whether it's because of his unkept hair or because he got COVID, he will surely be remembered. Prior to serving as Prime Minister, he was the Mayor of London and the Foreign Secretary of Theresa May. Thanks for watching.